Sandy says read, and welcome to the channel. Today we are going to do a Booktube tag. This is the Would You Rather Booktube tag, and I was tagged by Gina over at the Library Mouse. It originated at Curious Cat. This is the one who originally created this tag, and there are a bunch of prompts, so let's just dive in and get started, okay? The prompts are: number 1, would you rather never read more than one book from the same author, and you can't reread either, or read only books from your favorite author or one author of your choice? So would you rather never read more than one book from the same author, or only read? See, I'm having trouble with the first prompt already. I'm having trouble with this because if you never read more than one book from the same author, then authors who write in a series or authors who have written a trilogy would become problematic. Because if you read the first book in a trilogy and it's awesome and great, or leaves you on a cliffhanger and you want to know what happens next, you couldn't. Or read only books from your favorite author or one author of your choice. You guys, I can't even answer prompt number 1. I probably should have made notes before starting this so you guys didn't have to sit there and watch me struggle through this. I'm going to say I would rather never read more than one book from the same author. I think that's going to be the one I go with. I don't even know why. Let's move on to prompt number 2. Prompt number 2. Would you rather read a book with an unlikable main character or where your favorite character dies? I have read plenty of books with unlikable main characters. I've read a lot of them and brought the reviews to you here on this channel. The book doesn't have to have a likable protagonist for the plot to work, right? And in fact, I'm going to be bringing you guys a review of one of those. Stay tuned for that. Click the bell notification icon. Or your favorite character dies. You know what? I think I would rather read the book with the unlikable main character, because if your favorite character dies, you're sad. If it's been written well, you're sad. And unless you're reading fantasy or sci-fi, that character's probably not coming back. Or paranormal, that character's probably not coming back. So, or vampire. So I could be happy with a book where my favorite character dies, because I'm taking these way too seriously. Okay, you guys, so for prompt number 2, I'm going to say I would rather read a book with an unlikable main character, because that works out. Prompt number 3. Would you rather start your library from scratch, but you can't rebuy any of the books that were on your shelves before? No. So I'm probably going to go with the second half of this. Or never be allowed to add a new book to it. Okay, that'll be fine. I can live with never being allowed to add a new book to my existing library. I'm fine with that, because I can go to the physical library out there and rent a book. That's fine. Number 4, would you rather your favorite author never publishes anything new? That's kind of happening. Or publishes bad books from now on. That can't happen. Charlotte Bronte is my favorite. J.R.R. Tolkien is my other favorite. So neither one of them is publishing anything new at this juncture. I mean, there are plenty of editors and folks out there who are like redoing things for Tolkien, and there are folks redoing things for Bronte, but the actual authors themselves aren't publishing anything new. So I would rather my favorite author never publishes anything new. There you go. Number 5, would you rather read only one of your favorite genres, or read as widely as you want except in that one genre? Okay, so one of my favorite genres. My favorite genre is fantasy. So would I rather only read fantasy or read as widely as I want, except in that genre? I would rather just read fantasy. Yes. Yes. If I had to, I would only read fantasy from now until the end of time. If I had to, that's what I would do. And I'd be okay with that. Number 6, would you rather be stranded forever on a deserted island? Yes. Yes. Oh, with a full library? Oh, yeah. Or still live in society? No. But books have disappeared? Absolutely no. So yes, I would rather be stranded forever on a deserted island with a full library. Bring it. Bring it on. I'm good with that. Number 7, would you rather, with sci-fi fantasy, read only 5-star series, but they're unfinished, or read only thick standalones with a bunch of info dumping? I'm going to go with the info dumping thing in a standalone. And here's why. If I'm reading a 5-star series of science fiction and fantasy, if I'm reading a 5-star series, it's going to be really, really good, right? It's 5-star. And so I'm going to be invested in it and I'm going to love it. And I'm going to want to know all the arcs of all the characters. And I'm going to want to know how the plot finishes. I'm going to want to know how every twist finishes up. And so if it goes unfinished, Mr. Martin, I'm going to be unhappy. I'm going to be sad and disappointed. So I would rather, if I had to choose, I would rather only read thick standalones with a bunch of info dumping. Because, I mean, come on, you guys. Info dumping is not that bad. I mean, if we're being honest, info dumping is not that bad. I say with fading facts. But I'm not telling you, info dumping is not that bad. You can skim if you have to, but info dumping gives you world building. It's not a good mechanism of world building, but it gives you world building. Number 8, would you rather, with mystery, always get book twists spoiled, or they all have an open ending and the killer isn't caught? They all have that? Oh my. I don't read a lot of mysteries. So I guess I don't care. You know what? I would rather that the book twists are spoiled in every mystery I read. Yeah, I would rather that. Because, yeah, having an open ending where the killer isn't caught in every mystery that I read from now on would start to get really annoying. I would stop reading mysteries. So, number 9, would you rather, with historical romance, have a great love story but historical inaccuracy, or a toxic or meh love story but great historical world building? Okay, I'm going to say something that might be controversial. Romance is inaccurate anyway. So I'm going to go with, I want the great love story, but historical inaccuracy, because I had to edit out a swear word. Okay. I'm going to go with having the great love story, but historical inaccuracy, because a great love story is BS anyway. So great love story, but historical inaccuracy. I'm going with that. Number 10. Would you rather read a book that the best characters, plot, writing, okay, I think it means, would you rather read a book that has the best characters, plot, writing? Choose only one of these 3. Oh, but none of the others. Okay, so would you rather have a book that has best characters, the best plot, or the best writing? Which one of those do I want, but not have the others? I have read, I can't say the name of the author that I just thought of because that would be very rude. I have read books that have really great characters and just cool character development, and the writing was not on par. So I would go with characters because, yeah, I would go with characters. I would rather read a book that has great characters, but not so great plot and not so great writing. Yeah. Okay. Number 11, would you rather have a friend who loses your books or mistreats them with like stains, breaking the spine? I don't really loan out my books that much. I don't know if I've mentioned this on the channel before, but I don't have that many friends in real life who are into books and reading the way I am. So I don't really loan out my books that much. So I guess I would rather have a friend who mistreats the book, because I'm not going to hand them one of my fancy dancy Jane Eyres or my fancy dancy Dracula. If I'm handing a book to a friend to read, I'm going to hand them the paperback, right? So if they break the spine or dog-ear the pages, I've probably already done that, right? So, okay, so I would rather they mistreat it. Number 12, would you rather never be allowed to visit a bookstore again or be banned from all the libraries in the world? Well, this question is assuming that we're going to continue to have bookstores into the future, right? Would you rather never be allowed to visit a bookstore again or be banned from all the libraries in the world? You know, I think I do love going to a bookstore, right? I mean, there's just something about a bookstore. But pretending that, I mean, we're still going to have online book shopping, which is not the same. I acknowledge it is not the same. I would rather never be allowed to visit a bookstore again. Well, I'm an author, so I need to be able to go into bookstores to do signings. Can I be outside of the bookstore to do my signings? I don't want to be banned from libraries. I can do signings in libraries. Okay, so I would rather never be allowed to visit a bookstore again rather than being banned. I don't want to be banned. All right, number 13. Would you rather everyone hate your favorite books or everyone love the books you hate? I honestly don't care. I'm going to be on a deserted island. I don't care what anyone thinks. Would you rather everyone hate your favorite books or everyone love? You know what? I would rather everyone love the books I hate, because I don't really hate a lot of books. The only book I really hate, well, maybe I shouldn't say that. You know, I hate Vector. You know that book Vector I've talked about here on the channel, the one that's decomposing in a landfill somewhere? I would rather people love the books that I hate, because that way people are still enjoying and excited about books. Even if I hate them, they love them. That's a good thing. Okay. Number 14, would you rather only listen to audiobooks narrated by the worst narrator? No. I can't deal. Or only read physical books in terrible lighting. I already read physical books in terrible lighting. As of today, when I'm filming this video, I was at the eye doctor this past week, and the cataract in my left eye hasn't really grown, but it's been joined by a small cataract in my right eye. So lighting is an issue anyway. So I'm already reading physical books in terrible lighting. It is a thing in my life that I just have to get used to and deal with and work around. So I would say I would rather read physical books in terrible lighting, because listening to audiobooks is annoying on just by itself. And an audiobook that I listened to and reviewed here on this channel was with a narrator that just annoyed the living crap out of me, which is a really negative thing to say. I'm so sorry, but it was truth. That was my experience in that moment. That's the experience I had. It just is. That's the truth. Number 15, would you rather have books from a same series collection that don't match, or read books printed in a tiny font. I won't read books printed in a tiny font. We had, I had a book that I was going to read and review and bring to you guys. The font was too small. I think it was like 9.8 point font. I had to quit, give up, DNF. I couldn't. So I would rather have books from a same series collection that don't match. I would rather they be different and weird and out of sorts. That's fine. The OCD part of me does get a little crazy about that, but I can live with it. I've got, you know, the Sword of Truth series from Terry Goodkind over here on the shelf behind me. There's a couple books in there that are smaller, and then the rest are fine. And I'm okay with it. I can deal. Obviously, I know about it because I'm bringing it to your attention. That came right to mind, didn't it? Wow. See, it bothers me, but not as much as that tiny font. I can't read tiny font. Back to the eye problem. Number 16. I sound like a grumpy old man. I'm really not. I have my views. I have my views, and the basket is empty. See? I have none. Okay, number 16, the last one. Would you rather never post another YouTube video or never watch YouTube ever again? I guess, you guys, I've put so much energy into this channel. I really have. So it would suck to never post another video again. It would suck to stop doing book reviews on, well, I guess I could post them somewhere else. I could build another channel somewhere else with book reviews, right? Yeah. But I want to keep, like, I want to be able to still see other book reviewers here on Booktube. And I watch other stuff on YouTube also. Like, you all know I'm a huge Duran Duran fan. I watch Duran stuff on YouTube. Yeah. Okay. So I would rather never post another YouTube video if I had to choose. You guys, we got to the end of this. Convoluted in my brain, but we got to the end of this. Tag other people. I am going to tag, you know, I could swear I saw Joe Linsdale do this already. I could swear I did, but I'm going to go ahead and tag her just in case. And Joe, if you've already done it, ignore me. I think I'm going to go ahead and tag Pat over at Book Chat with Pat, because I don't think I've seen her do this one. I don't think I have. I could also be out of my mind. I do have a headache from working in the yard this morning. Despite the vertigo, I got out there. I did crap that had to be done in the chicken coop and pulled weeds, stumbled around doing that. I did it, but now I do have a headache. I'm paying for it now, but you guys, I got it done. Yay. So before we finish everything off, I do want to mention anyone out there who wants to do the tag, go ahead and do the tag. Also, if you are a Booktube content creator and you're interested in having some new, fresh content, I have a book box that I have created. I've created a few of these. Inside of this box are some fabulous goodies and the first book in my Choices series. Choices Meant for Gods is in this box, along with some fabulous good stuff. If you would like to unbox this on your channel, contact me at the information in the information box below. At the information? At the link that I will put in the information box below. Let me know, and I will send a box to you. Easy as pie. And after you unbox it on your channel, if you wish, you could read the book that's inside. Yay! That's it. Thumbs up for making decisions on camera in the heat of the moment. Thumbs up for all the fabulous reading stuff that we do. Thanks so much for tuning in.